We are so honored this morning to have our welcome to you from Ms. Laura Turner-Seydel. Laura Turner-Seydel is an international environmental advocate and eco-living expert dedicated to creating a healthy and sustainable future for our children. Laura is chairperson of the Captain Planet Foundation, which promotes environmental education in gardens and schools, and former chair of Zero Waste Zone, an organization that promotes communities working together to change current disposal methods of consumer products. She also has co-founded Mothers and Others for Clean Air and the Upper Chattahoochee Riverkeeper. She's passionate about keeping toxic chemicals out of consumer products, which can be especially harmful to pregnant mothers and children, and works with the EPA officials and the Environmental Working Group to educate the public about the effects of these toxins. Laura serves on her family's foundation boards, including the Turner Foundation, Jane Smith Turner Foundation, the Turner Endangered Species Fund, and Ted's Montana Grill. She also serves on national boards, including League of Conservation Voters, Defenders of Wildlife, Waterkeeper Alliance, the Green Schools Alliance, Environmental Working Group, Ray C. Anderson Foundation, and the Carter Center Board of Counselors. She's also a member of the Rotary Club of Downtown Atlanta. Laura is the recipient of numerous humanitarian and environmental awards, including League of Conservation Voters Environmental Hero Award, the SCLC Drum Major of Justice Award, the Healthy Child, Healthy World's 2010 Mom on a Mission for Service Award, Big Brothers Big Sisters of Metro Atlanta's Legacy Award, the YWCA Academy of Women's Achievement Award, the Women's Network for Sustainable Future of Business Women's Sustainability Leadership Award, the National Garden Clubs Incorporated 2010 Award of Excellence, the Andrew Young Foundation Pass On Blessings Award, and is a Girl Scouts of Greater Atlanta Legacy of Leadership honoree. She earned a Bachelor of Arts from Oglethorpe University and is a contributing eco-editor and environmental speaker, living with her husband Rutherford and their 3 children in their home, the Eco Manor, the first LEED-certified gold residence in the Southeast. For more information, you can check Laura Turner-Seydel's website at lauraturnerseydel.com. As you can see, we are incredibly honored to have Laura Turner-Seydel offer you our welcome address.
I really have to do something about that bio. You need the short version. Sorry about that. But I guess you're wondering how I even have time to come here if I'm so busy getting awards. But that's over a number of years, but I really am very passionate, as you can hear, about sustainability. I spend a lot of time trying to be innovative in my own way and discover the missing pieces of the puzzle. One of those missing pieces of the puzzle, obviously for me, is educating our youth. And so I'm just so honored that my dad started a great cartoon back in the 90s called Captain Planet and the Planeteers, which really focused on edutaining youth about global issues. A lot of it was about environment around the world, but also social issues that focused on war, landmines, AIDS. Back then, you didn't have all the cartoons. You didn't have all the competition that you do now. So ultimately, there were millions and millions of children all around the world because the cartoon was aired in 100 countries in 23 different languages. Which, that was very powerful. And on Facebook, if you go there, you'll see that we have 600,000 fans, and it's growing by thousands each month. On Captain Planet's 20th birthday, actually, all of a sudden there was this big movement of the millennials to congregate. They're conversing in 43 different languages. And at the foundation, people say, well, Laura, why are you so obsessed? And I said, well, I was raised by Captain Planet. And Ted Turner is a real live embodiment of Captain Planet. But, when we were kids growing up, he would take us out in our neighborhood, and we would pick up trash and what wasn't trash, bottles and cans, and took it down to the country store and turned it in for a deposit. which we turned right around and bought candy with and proceeded to rot our teeth out of our head. Little did Dad know that that's what we ended up doing with all that money. But, you know, these lessons early on, weeding by hand, we didn't use chemicals. We kept the heat turned down to 65 degrees like President Carter, who back then made it patriotic to conserve. It was during the oil embargo. My dad was really good at that. He said he didn't get rich by spending money foolishly. He got rich by saving money and spending it very wisely. We didn't waste anything ever. We composted all our food residuals. In fact, my grandmother, you know, our grandparents were the super eco-heroes because they didn't waste anything either. But they would use, she would use those residuals, you know, coffee, orange peels, eggshells, and dig holes in her garden and put the residuals there, and it just, all these amazing roses, you know, came up, award-winning roses. So, you know, we have to get back to the basics, and there's an old native proverb that says, we don't inherit the earth from our ancestors, we borrow it from our kids. So if we can educate our kids, just like they taught us how to quit smoking and to wear our seatbelts, they can teach us how to manage our resources sustainably. Atlanta's very blessed. We came late to the party. You know, we were burnt. The city of Atlanta was burnt down in the 1960s, but we are coming in late in the game and really rising to the occasion, and such an amazing collaboration I have not really witnessed between the public and private as far as partnerships go. Our state government, our city government, we're so blessed with corporate 500 Fortune 500 companies, Delta, UPS, Coke, a lot of great innovators. It's a mecca of the civil rights movement. Here in Atlanta, we have the Martin Luther King Center, and it's like the most visited Park Service unit in the country. So we're pulling all of these different sectors together, and you know, because of that, Atlanta is really rising as far as business innovation and sustainability. One of the great things that we're doing, we were the third city to sign up for the Better Buildings Challenge. How many of you have heard of this in the United States? And, you know, because of the economic recession that started in 2008, you know, we saw a lot of developers nearly go under. We haven't fully recovered yet, but we're working on that. But we're actually putting the plumbers and electricians back to work by making the buildings and retrofitting buildings to make them more energy efficient. And what it is we've got 62 million board feet of commercial space that's already dedicated to retrofitting, and it's 20% more efficient by 2020. We're leading in the country on the amount of commercial space that is committed. Our mayor is very dedicated to making Atlanta a city in top 10. Well, he went from top 10 in sustainability to top tier city in sustainability. And that makes me so happy because we have to keep going to the West Coast or the Northeast to see what the models are. But now we're setting trends in our own city. And I have to say, just because I'm a recycling nut, the mayor has just delivered 75,000 to all city residences, 96-gallon Herbie Kirby's for recycling only. So now we have, you know, the city residents are going to be excited about putting all their corrugated cardboard in there and all the other residuals that were going to landfill. And, you know, these are very valuable materials. We're blessed with a lot of companies that want these materials, like the carpet industries in Dalton that use the PET bottles for their carpet. But anyway, just going back to innovation, you have come from all over the world, from all different sectors. I love the title of this conference. I was talking to somebody just now about desalination, inland desalination, which is just incredible because then you don't have to expend a ton of energy bringing fresh potable water from the coast inland, and it's right there. And these are the kind of things that need to happen to secure a wonderful future for our kids. We must be great stewards. We must teach our children to be great stewards. And I think that that's why all of you meeting here to discuss how you can affect and change what's happening in the world and make it better through innovation, through your businesses, through your dedication to this is really powerful and good. And I wish everybody was here, and hopefully they'll get here because there's power in numbers and a lot of good things that can come out of this this conference. And I think that there should be a lot more of this kind of collaboration because I know that there's a lot of amazing businesses and government officials here, and we need to figure out how to work together, but not at the expense of leaving our kids out of the equation. Thank you so much for being here today, and I'm sorry for the scratchy voice. I've been on the sick side, but I'm going to make a recovery. Spring break is I'm leaving for spring break tomorrow. How many of you have children? Everybody. And how many of them get it about how being part of the sustainability equation, how important that is? Do they have an ethic, would you say? Yes. And so I think that they can teach us a lot. We can teach them a lot. We need to, bring them along. And just for instance, in Ghana, is where one of the strongest Planeteer projects are. And these youth, the 20s and 30-somethings, are meeting every Friday after work. And they're deciding what projects that they're going to be working on in the weeks to come. And now they're going into schools and teaching the next generation how to plant gardens, how to source separate, how to recycle. They're coming to us and asking for grants at the foundation. And, it's just so heartening to see that these youth get it and that they're sharing the information that they know and to change the world and make it better. Thank you so much for being here, and I'd love to talk to you after the session, so if you want to come up and get my card, I'd like to answer any questions you have or be able to work with you in the future. Thank you.